What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you 3 sets worth of battles in the Remix Cup using Alolan Sandshrew, Shadow Gyarados and Shadow Gliscor. The theory behind this team is that Alolan Sandshrew is obviously 2 times weak to fighting and fire, and then has a single weakness to ground. So Gyarados and Gliscor obviously counter those things quite well. So it worked out really well for me in the early ranks, but I struggle a bit in the high ranks, and that's not really because of like the difference in skill level of my opponents. It's more because the meta has shifted a little bit, so now water types are a lot more common. And as you can see, I can't really do much against water types. Gliscor is obviously weak to water, and then Gyarados can only hit them with Crunch, and Sandshrew can only hit them with Night Slash. So yeah, it's not great. Initially, the only water types I was seeing were also part ice types, so Sandshrew has a lot more play against those because usually they are running ice type quick moves, and then also Whiscash was fairly common. But Gliscor and Gyarados obviously resist the mud shots and mud bombs, so it's not too bad of a matchup. Now with that being said, let's go into the battles right now. So going into the first battle, we lead into a Polyureth, so this is bad, and we have to switch into Gyarados. Gyarados doesn't really have a great matchup against Polyureth either, but it's probably running Scald now, so they also can't hit us with anything even neutral. So here we're going to go for the Aqua Tail, and then hopefully we'll get to a second Aqua Tail, and really we just want to burn both shields because the only thing we can do to Polyureth is hit it with an Earthquake from Gligar. So here we're happy to let this go down, and now we're going to come in with Gligar because we need to farm up a lot of energy, and we just have to hope that they don't have something like a Frostlass in the back, but it doesn't look like they do. So we're going to shield the Scald, and then we're going to go for the Earthquake, but they go to catch, but I don't know why we didn't end up throwing the Earthquake. So we switch out here, we can actually tank an Earth Power, and we're still going to get to the Night Slash. And now we're going to come in with Gligar. I wasn't sure if I was at 100 energy yet, so I'm going to undercharge this Night Slash and then try to farm down the Nidoqueen. But they switch out anyway, but we were at 100 energy, so we can get to the Earthquake. And now we can, oh well, my opponent concedes the match. So into the next game, we lead into a Kingdra, so this is a good lead for us. And then they switch into Diggersby, and yeah, my opponent quits. So yeah, that's looking at like the PV Poke rankings. I was hoping that I'd see more stuff like that, where Diggersby gets switch locked against Gyarados, but it's quite an investment, so not many people have been using it. So here against Digong, I always throw the Night Slash after 7 Powder Snows. We get the attack boost there, and then they obviously drop it down by 1 stage, so this is still boosted by 1 stage. Gyro Ball does quite a lot of damage there, and they're just going straight Icy Wind. I found that with like every Digong battle that I've had, they just go straight Icy Wind for some reason, and they shield again, so they've used both shields. So I'm expecting the rest of the team to be weak to Sand Slash, or Sandshrew even. And we actually shield the Water Pulse there, so that's really good. They switch out into Lapras. Gyro Ball does quite a lot of damage. We're going to switch to try and catch the Surf, but they didn't throw. So we're just going to let this go through. It's not enough for a Skull Bash, but it is an Ice Beam, so that does quite a lot of damage. But that's okay, we're going to take it out with the Aqua Tail here. And they come back in with Digong. And we take them out before they can throw a charge move, and they actually have a Sylveon in the back. So Alolan Sandshrew sort of teared through this team, and we're going to be able to just wing attack down the Sylveon here and take that game. So yeah, I chose these few sets because Alolan Sandshrew just dominated in them. Shadow Hypno in the lead. This is a good matchup, but it could have Fire Punch, so we should be worried about that. So I throw after 4 confusions, so this should be a CMP tie. But they didn't actually throw, so we were kind of lucky that they didn't throw. Or that they didn't get an extra confusion through. I thought maybe that was a CMP tie, but again, they're just not throwing. I'm not sure what they're doing. They might have Focus Blast, so I'm going to shield this. They should have 2 punches. This is just an Ice Punch, so now I know that this might be actually a Shadow Ball, so I'm going to shield this, and it is a Shadow Ball. And now we're just going to commit to farming it down. At worst, they'll get to another Ice Punch. And they get an extra Bullet Seed through there, so they've got 2. But we're just going to go straight Night Slash. We get to another Night Slash, and they should be at a charge move now. But I don't know why they're not throwing, so we're going to take out this Ferrothorn, and then they come in with Wigglytuff. And to be honest, they should have stayed in, because they might have had some play if I had like a double fighter in the back or something, or Obstagoon, but they quit. So Wigglytuff lead, so this is also really good for us. We're not going to bait because Night Slash doesn't really do much damage at all, it's resisted. They do shield, but that's okay. And we're going to throw the second Gyro Ball straight away. If they double shield, then that's fine, but they don't, so we take out the Wigglytuff. They're going to come in with Digong. We're going to throw just before the Icy Wind again. We're going to no shield this. We're going to throw the Gyro Ball. And then I think we're going to switch out. We don't really want to get farmed down. But I'm not sure about this play. So they throw the Icy Wind, they have another Sylveon, so again another team where all 3 Pokemon couldn't really do much to Sandshrew. Now we're going to come in with Gligar. We will have to shield this. Well, we don't have to, but like obviously we're at risk of being farmed down by Ice Shard if we don't shield that. So they don't have much energy because they just threw a Gyarados. Throw 1 Night Slash, we throw the second one, and now we're going to switch into Sandshrew because they can't farm us down, and yeah, this is going to be GG's. We'll get the Wing Attack through before they get the Ice Shard through, and we're able to take that game. So another game where Sandshrew had play against all of their Pokemon, up against Mew. So we get the extra Powder Snow through there. This is just a Surf. And now we have double Night Slash. We get shield from the first one, so that's really good. We see CMP tie here. This is just a Surf again, and it might not KO us, but we're going to shield anyway. And they double shield. And then they switch into Registeel to catch the Night Slash there, so good switch. But we're going to come in with Gyarados. Both charge moves are resisted, so we don't have to shield this. It will still do quite a lot of damage, but that's okay. We're going to wait till we get to double Aqua Tails, and then we'll throw. And they have a Nidoqueen in the back, so we're going to be able to just farm down this Nidoqueen too. Somehow we didn't get an excellent there, but whatever. They come in with Mew, and we're going to come in with Gliscor because I think that Night Slash is probably going to do a little bit more damage from a Shadow Gliscor than from Sandshrew, so hopefully this KOs, and it does. So we take that game. So into the next game we lead into Empoleon. So yeah, this is not very good at all. The matchup with Gyarados is fairly neutral, but the rest of my team loses. So what I do is I counter 7 Powder Snows, throw, and then I switch to catch the Hydro Cannon. And they actually stay in, so I don't know what that's about. I should have done one more Waterfall and then force a CMP tie. But now it looked like they were trying to farm down, but they realised that they would go down too, so they switched into Machamp. This could be a Rock Slide, so we shield it, but it isn't. And now this is just a cross chop, so we're going to let it go through. And now we're going to switch into the Sandshrew. We're going to shield this, and then we're going to actually try farm down with Powder Snow. And we do get the farm down, and they're coming with Toxicroak, so we're going to go for the Gyro Ball. This will do quite a lot of damage, and it does. And now we can just double Night Slash here. And they didn't get a counter through, so they're not going to get to a Mud Bomb. And we're able to take that game despite our whole team sort of being weak to Empoleon, or at best being neutral. And obviously Sandshrew didn't have to play against any of those Pokemon, yet still did decent against the Empoleon and chunked Toxicroak with the Gyro Ball. So there we had a bad lead, but we can just switch to Gyarados and double shield, and we'll be able to take this matchup. And because this Stunfisk is running Mud Shot, we actually come out with quite a lot of health as well. So we can't really be farmed down from this range. And we just barely get to the Aqua Tail here, so this should grab a shield. And it was actually a CMP tie, so that's really good for us. We're going to come in with Sandshrew because obviously we don't want to see the Machamp. And they switch into the Machamp, so we're going to come in with Gliscor. This Night Slash won't KO because it's resisted, but that's okay. And now we're low enough now where we can't be farmed down too much, so they're not going to get to the superpower, and we're going to be able to take this game. So even against Machamp lead, this team has play if Gyarados can flip switch advantage, which it often can, just going straight waterfall. Often you go down a shield, but that's okay. So here, another Machamp lead, this time they switch into Lapras, so we can't really do much here. That was just a surf, so we don't shield. They let the crunch go through, so that's kind of good for us. But kind of bad because they've still got 2 shields. At worst, they can throw a surf here, so we're not going to shield. But we don't really want to take 2 surfs, so we are going to throw here. Now we're going to switch into Gliscor, and they actually have a Reg still, so this is playable. But we sort of need to bait twice, or they need to not shield the Earthquake. So unfortunately they do shield that one, so that's pretty much sealed this game already. I'm not going to be able to get to a Night Slash and an Earthquake. We are going to throw the Night Slash here, and hopefully this gets a shield. And it does, so we're going to try and catch on the Sandshrew, but we just couldn't do it, and yeah, we can't win this game now. They're going to come in with Machamp. We tried to throw the Night Slash, but they get to the cross chop and they're going to take us out. So yeah, that team sort of was a lot of trouble for our team. We lead into a Shadow Lapras. So I didn't realise this at the time because I hadn't seen Caleb Peng's video, but this is his team with Shadow Lapras, Frostlass and Shadow Machamp. And they shielded the first move, which is really weird. And they actually go for a Skull Bash, which is resisted. I don't really know why they did that. But yeah, whatever. We go for the Gyro Ball again. And we're going to go for the Night Slash. And we do actually get the boost here, but they've got quite a lot of energy, so there's no point shielding. Instead, we're going to come in with Gyarados and then farm down with Waterfall. So we'll have quite a lot of energy. We do shield this because it could be another Skull Bash, and it is. So yeah, they come in with Frostlass, so this is ideal because obviously Gliscor doesn't want to see Frostlass. So they switched into Machamp. We can't shield here. Rock Slide does quite a lot of damage, but that's okay. We're going to undercharge here because we don't really want to give the Frostlass much farm down, and so that ends up being perfect. And then here we got the Waterfall through, so we're going to go for the Crunch, and this will take out the Frostlass. and we're able to take that game. So yeah, against Peng's team, you sort of just want to keep the Sandshrew against Lapras, and then you probably will lose, but Gyarados can come in and they'll likely bring in Frostlass because Machamp doesn't want to see Gyarados. So even though you lose switch advantage, you end up getting aligned the way you want to. So here we led into an Obstagoon, we didn't shield, and then they brought in a Frostlass and farmed us down. So we can tank a Shadow Ball, and I thought this was pretty quick to be another Shadow Ball, so we let it go through, and it is just an Avalanche. So we farmed up to 2 Night Slashes, and then we're going to throw. We take out the Frostlass, we'll come in with Gliscor. We are going to shield this because we don't know what's in the back. And again, they almost caught the Earthquake, but for some reason it didn't throw, so that works out in our favour. We don't need to shield the Poison Fang. And we want to leave this matchup with an Earthquake. So we're going to throw the Night Slash, we switch into Sandshrew, and we weren't meant to catch there, we were trying to just throw the Night Slash straight away. But unfortunately that's just how it went. So we will take out the Nidoqueen there, and then we're going to go for the Earthquake. But we lose CMP to the Obstagoon. So I didn't realise this, but my Gliscor is pretty good ranked for PvP, and it does lose CMP against poor IV or high attack weighted IV Obstagoons, so I didn't know that at the time, so that's a bit annoying. But that's fine. Again, against Digong, we're going to throw at 7. And I think now I just throw for CMP because they're just going straight Icy Wind. We don't get any attack boosts this time, or not yet anyway, so this matchup isn't looking as good as last time we played it. But that's okay. Again, going for a CMP tie here. We're not going to shield, and I think what we might do is farm up a lot of energy and then just switch into Gyarados to take him out quickly. Yeah, again, we don't need to shield this. Yeah, and we're going to come in with Gyarados and farm them down just before they get to another Icy Wind. So we do have a decent amount of energy on the Sandshrew. They come in with Clefable, so this isn't too great, especially if they shield. But they don't shield, so that's fine. We're going to simultaneous KO. And now they have a Whiscash, so this is dangerous when shields are down, obviously, because Blizzard will one-shot. But when I have 2 shields, I can just safely go Night Slash. And yeah, if they double bait me, then I still should be able to win this matchup because I have a Night Slash on the Sandshrew. But yeah, we're going to be able to take this game. And they don't shield there, and we get the attack boost, and that's GG's. So into the next game, we lead into Whiscash. So we're going to try and catch the Mud Bomb on Gyarados. They didn't throw, so that's not great at all. And even though Blizzard is neutral, I think it still one-shots Gyarados, so yeah, Whiscash is pretty tricky to deal with. We do shield here, and we're hoping to get to the Aqua Tail. And we do get the shield, so we're not going to shield here because we can't risk having no shields against a Whiscash with a lot of energy. So we're going to come in with Gliscor here, and we're actually going to bait the Blizzard. So we throw one more, and then we switch into Sandshrew. And hopefully this is a Blizzard, and it is. So that was a really good catch. And they should be at the Mud Bomb now, but they're not throwing for some reason, so that's okay. I think they're farming up to 2, but then they didn't throw. They switched into Mawile and they sniped us down, but that's okay, we would have had to throw the Earthquake here anyway. So we don't shield the Power Up Punch, obviously it's not going to do much damage. And now here we can just Wing Attack down. We'll shield once, they can't Mud Bomb and Blizzard, so we're fine here, and we take that game. So catching the Blizzard there won us the game. And then here, another Shadow Lapras lead. There was actually one extra game in this in these 3 sets that I didn't include because it was again just another Shadow Lapras, so it was another Caleb Peng team, so there's no point having 3 of the same team in the same video. So we do land the Gyro Ball there, and we switch and we do catch the Surf this time, so that's good. They come in with Frostlass, and this is what we want. And we're just going to let this go. We're going to come in with Sandshrew. Powder Snow is obviously double resisted, so we can farm a little bit extra before we throw. I'm expecting them to come in with Machamp. They're just waiting out the switch clock. We come in with Gliscor. We are waiting for them to throw. We're not sure how much Night Slash is going to do, so we're throwing now. And it does KO from that range, so that's really good. We get to another Night Slash. And then one more Wing Attack, and we're able to take out the Machamp there and take that game. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.